Hey, it's Greg again, and this is my report speech. For most of my life, I've known that I'm one-fourth Japanese on my mom's side. While I've known this for a while, I've never really practiced any of the customs or traditions that they have or that they believe. All that changed when I took a trip with my family to Hawaii. My mom knew that they had some relatives there, but didn't know where they lived, so we looked them up. And when we went to my aunt and uncle's house, they are Japanese and they practice the custom of taking off your shoes before you enter someone's home. While this was very new to me because I'm just used to walking straight in to someone's house, usually unless they ask, um, you keep your shoes on and you walk in. But they asked us to take our shoes off and we did. And it was hard for me to remember when I went outside and put my shoes on to take them back off. So that's the part of my culture that I'm going to talk about is taking off your shoes before entering someone's home and how it can relate to today. So my visual aid is a shoe. In Japan, taking off your shoes is known as a sign of respect to the owner's home because they have invited you there. Now, this tradition first started in Japan because they had very little furniture and they had mats on the ground, and that's where they would eat and sleep. And in Japan, the roads were muddy and dirty, so they would take off their shoes before they entered their home so they wouldn't mess up or get dirty where they, ate and slept. So the how we can make that relevant to today is taking off your shoes is showing a sign of respect. While not all people want you to do this when you enter their home, you can think about it whenever you go to walk in the front steps. Look at your feet and think to make sure that you show the person that has invited you into their home respect. Respect goes a long way with many people, and that can help you and everyone around you have a greater time when you're visiting someone's home. Also, another thing we can do is make sure that when someone asks us to take off our shoes, that we do that. And if they don't, at least try to make the point to look at the bottom of your shoes, to wipe them off, to help the owner of the home keep their house a little cleaner, because everyone knows that less work is better. And I think it also lets them know that you care about them and their home, that you've taken the time out to make sure that you're not messing it up. Both of these things can help us in today's society. It may sound weird to think about taking off your shoes or thinking about taking off your shoes in someone's home can help you have a better relationship with that person, but it can, because respect goes a long way in a relationship between everyone, because it shows that you care enough to take the time to do something for them without them asking, or just when they ask instead of arguing with them. While I still don't practice this custom at my home, I still know people who do ask you to take off their shoes. And sometimes at certain people's houses, I do it anyways, just because that's what I see them do, so I figured maybe I should do the same. I think that this is a great thing to do because most people think that being invited over to someone's home, that happens all the time, but in Japan, it makes you seem important that that person has invited you to their home. So by them doing that, they want to make sure that you in return show respect for that person. Oh, okay, so if we remember to do the two things, which are looking at your feet before entering someone's home, to make you think about showing them respect, and not just them, but their home and everything around it, because some people can be rude when they enter other people's home, and that's no way to treat the house or the person that you've been invited into. Secondly, make sure that if someone asks you to take your shoes off, that you do that, and if not, at least look at your feet or the bottom of your shoes to make sure that you're not tracking in dirt and making them have to do extra work that they could do without. If we do these two things from my Japanese culture, I'm sure that while it may not make a huge difference, it can make a small difference. And that's what, starts everything. Something small can start something big, like, called the domino effect. When one thing happens, if you show someone respect, they're more likely to show someone else respect also. I think that me learning this has made a small impact in my life, because it makes me think about how I should respect people and their homes and the places that they've invited you to, and not think of it as just, oh, I'm going to someone's house, but that someone has invited me to their home, and that makes me important. So in turn, I need to make sure that I'm respectful to them. And thank you. That is the end of my speech. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.